Welcome back, aviators, to this Shandong Airlines flight. Yes, we're back in China with yet another Chinese airline. They seem to have quite a few of them. I've no idea how many in total. But anyway, we are flying from Tianjin down to Xiamen. Flight time is going to be, I think, in the region about 2.5 hours, this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, about 2.5 hours. It's just over 1,000 nautical miles, so yeah, good 2.5 hours, 2 hours 40 minutes. So yeah, let's get this flight underway on this Boeing 737-700 aircraft as we depart out of hazy Tianjin.
And the amazing Wong, all here to ensure you have a delightful flight. Our captain for this journey is the one and only Captain Matthew, and flying alongside him is our first officer. Now let's talk about safety, shall we? Please ensure your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To unfasten, simply lift the buckle. In case of an emergency, oxygen masks will drop down from above. Hold the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to put your own mask on before assisting others. For our water landing procedures, swim vests are located under your seat. To use them, pull them out, place it over your head, and pull the straps around your waist to secure. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. Now let's talk about our emergency exits. We have 2 exits at the front, 2 over the wings, and 2 at the rear of the aircraft. Please take a moment to locate the nearest exit, which may be behind you. In the event of an evacuation, leave all personal belongings behind and proceed to the nearest exit in a calm manner.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Cruising at 36,100 feet. If you need any assistance during the flight, don't hesitate to reach out to our crew. Thank you for your attention, and let's have a fantastic flight. Jesus! Captain Matthew, the cabin is ready for departure.
Shandong 1170, contact tower on 118.2.
Tower 118.2, Shandong 1170. Tianjin Tower, good morning, Shandong 1170, holding short 16 right, ready for departure.
Shandong 1170, Tianjin Tower, runway 16 right, wind 085 at 10, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 right, Shandong 1170. That is continuous for takeoff. We need stripes on. Set.
Positive rate. Contact departure.
Departure on 11.275, Shandong 1170. Tianjin departure, good morning, Shandong 1170 on frequency.
Shandong 1170, Tianjin departure, radar contact, climb via the SID, climb via the SID.
Climb via the SID, Shandong 1170.
Shandong 1170, Shanghai Control, descend via NV2 Alpha into Xiamen.
Descent via the NV2 Alpha, arrival into Xiamen, Shandong 1170. Okay, we will descend down to an altitude 2,300 feet. There we go, we begin our descent into Xiamen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your friendly flight attendant Murph speaking. We have just left our cruising altitude and are now beginning our approach to the stunning city of Xiamen. Please return to your seats, stow away those tables, and fasten your seatbelts, as the usage of the lavatories is no longer allowed. We want to ensure a smooth landing for everyone. Thank you for your cooperation. Let's get ready to touch down safely. Jesus!
Shandong 1170, turn left heading 195.
Left turn heading 195, Shandong 1170.
Shandong 1170, turn left heading 195 for vectors to the visual runway 5 approach.
Left turn heading 195, vectors visual runway 5 approach, Shandong 1170.
Shandong 1170, 7 miles from the approach turn. Turn left heading 110, descend altitude 3000 until established. Cleared for the visual runway 5 approach.
Left turn heading 110, descend 3000 till established, cleared visual runway 5 approach, Shandong 1170.
Shandong 1170, confirmed, maintain heading 110 and descend altitude 3000 feet for the visual runway 5 approach.
Yeah, that's all confirmed, Shandong 1170.
$2,500.
Xiamen approach, Shandong 1170, established for runway 5 approach.
Shandong 1170, cleared for the visual runway 5 approach at Via Sam.
Cleared for the visual runway 5 approach, Shandong 1170. Okay, so, speed brakes.
Shandong 1170, contact Xiamen Tower on 118.25.
Xiamen Tower 118.25, Shandong 1170. Xiamen Tower, good evening, Shandong 1170 on frequency.
Shandong 1170, Xiamen Tower, roger, continue approach.
Continue correct, Shandong 1170.
Shandong 1170, Xiamen Tower, winds calm, runway 5, cleared to land.
Clear to land runway 5, Shandong 1170. Yeah, this looks totally offset, doesn't it? Maybe you can adjust in a minute. Speed mirror, we'll disarm the auto throttle. Big old city, look at that. That train looks interesting. Right, auto throttle off.
Approaching minimums.
Ah, good. Why are we so drifted off to the side? Come on.
Minimums. $100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Shandong 1170, welcome to Xiamen. Contact ground on 121.7.
Ground on 121.7, Shandong 1170.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed at Xiamen International Airport. What a fantastic landing it was, eh? I'd rate it an 8 out of 10. Now let me share a couple of fun facts about this beautiful city. Xiamen is known for its stunning coastal scenery and is home to the famous Gulangqiu Island, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The current local time here is 7:45 p.m. and the weather is a lovely 27 degrees Celsius with a few clouds at 3,000 feet. So, thank you for flying with Airlines of Papua New Guinea today. Please remain seated.
Xiamen ground, good evening, Shandong 1170, vacated Alpha 6.
The entire crew, including my wonderful colleagues Chen, Mei and Wang, we wish you a pleasant stay in Xiamen. Jesus!
Shandong 1170, Xiamen ground, taxi to parking via Echo, Delta, and Bravo.
Taxi to parking via Echo, Delta and Bravo, Shandong 1170. Okay, Delta and Bravo. Well, I mean, say...
Xiamen ground, good afternoon, Cherry 888 requests engine start.
Guess it means we can just park anywhere, right?
Cherry 888, engine start approved. Contact apron on 119er decimal, 9er for tug services if needed.
Cherry 88. Cherry 88, request taxi to runway 5.
Curious to see what our landing rate was. Good. Why are they? These having blue lights in the centre is really misleading. They should really be green. I don't know if that's an oversight by whoever's done this add-on scenery. but it does make it really awkward to follow. Usually the blues are just on the edges rather than the centre, and the primary routes are usually highlighted in green. But anyway, we'll come and park ourselves up at these gates up here. We weren't allocated a specific gate, and the actual taxiway instructions were not particularly helpful. But anyway, we will come and park up at Terminal 4 here. Try and look for a spare gate. These ones all look occupied. Okay, so we'll go around the other side then, hope for better luck. Yeah, I mean the approach was a little bit dicey, wasn't it? But we somehow managed to touch down gently and somewhat on the centre line. I'm not really sure how I managed. I think that was a fluke more than anything. But I think the landing rate is pretty good. I'm going to say it's probably going to be, I haven't checked it yet, I've no idea, so this is just a guess on my part, and I reckon it's going to be around about the 140 mark. So we'll check, once we do the replays, we'll check Valanta, and we will see. Yeah, these lighting's a bit off. Oh god, there's just no spare gate. Here we go, let's try and we can try and squeeze in between these two aircraft here. Here we are. Here we go. We have a gate for us. Fuzhou. There's so many Chinese airlines. It's unreal. I don't know how many there are actually. It seems like loads. Okay, so we're parked up at the gates. Time for the replay in a minute. Oh, a fabulous approach in over the city. And then I think we've done that beautifully. It's difficult to see in the dark. So here we go, you'll see us coming in. A little bit of wind issues. Come down. I think it's a pretty good landing, as I'm sure Valanta will now confirm for us. And yes, here we go. This 2 hour 20-minute Shandong Airlines flight took off from Tianjin up at the top of China there, and we headed down all the way down to Xiamen. Interesting, lovely approach. And yes, I was pretty much spot on with a landing rate of 125. So yes, it's fair to say I think I've redeemed myself in that respect. We even managed to get somewhere close to the centre line as well, so I'll take that thing. Thank you very much for watching once again. I'll see you again on another flight soon.